الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي آمين رب العالمين. I'm always laughing when I'm talking in front of you guys because all of you guys are like my mothers and my fathers, and I feel kind of embarrassed and shy, but inshallah I'll try my best. Today I wanted to talk about companionship. Companionship is something that's essential in everyday human interaction. You interact with everyone every day, and whether you call them a companion or not, a friend or not, depends on how much you interact with these kind of people and how close you are with these kind of people. Right? In everyday life, a Muslim should be a positive friend to everyone around him. Let's say you have in your office place or at school. Alhamdulillah, all of us here are Muslims, and they say, "Oh, I know Amir. Amir is a good guy, right? Amir, he's a positive. He makes me happy, gives me hope, and just every time I see him, I interact with him, he gives me some sense of positivity." And in essence, when you talk to these Muslims, they say, "Oh, Amir, he's a Muslim," right? So, oh man, these Muslims, they make me happy, right? So, making sure that you're being a person that you want to have as a friend is very important in Islam, right? And the idea of companionship is something that people take, oh, it's just friends, It's not a big deal, right? But actually in Islam, it's actually a very big deal. And let me tell you some ayats from the Quran. And I will stress upon these ayats, I will explain these ayats, and I will explain how we relate these ayats to our life, inshallah. So Allah Azza wa Jalla says in the Quran. This is in Surah Al-Furqan, if you guys want to know later on. Surah Al-Furqan, ayah number 27. I'm going to be explaining 27 to 30. Allah Azza wa Jalla says, وَيَوْمَ يَعَضُّ الظَّالِمُ عَلَى يَدَيْهِ يَقُولُ يَا لَيْتَنِي اتَّخَذْتُ مَعَ الرَّسُولِ سَبِيلًا. This is the first ayah, and I'll explain it one by one. Allah Azza wa Jalla here is explaining the story of someone on the Day of Judgment. He says no context before. The story, the context before was about another story. But now Allah Azza wa Jalla switches his attention to a man on the Day of Judgment, and what does he do? وَيَوْمَ يَعَضُّ الظَّالِمُ عَلَى يَدَيْهِ. The first thing that we know about this man is he's called what? Al-Zalim. Al-Zalim is someone who continuously wrongs others. Right? There's something, you can be someone who's known for doing bad stuff. Right? But ultimately, if you do wrong to others, you are called a zalim. You are stealing other people's rights, giving them worse things, you are called a zalim. So Allah Azza wa Jalla says here, on the Day of Judgment, يَعَضُّ الظَّالِمُ عَلَى يَدَيْهِ. This man will be biting his fingers in fear, in nervousness, in fear. He's biting his fingers. عَلَى يَدَيْهِ يَقُولُ. He's going to be saying, يَا لَيْتَنِي اتَّخَذْتُ مَعَ الرَّسُولِ سَبِيلًا. He's going to say, Adu. Ya laytani in English is called woe to me. Yeah, but we don't know Old English. We don't understand is adu. That's ya laytani. Adu. Tadi ko saya ini. Right? I don't know how to say that. But that's ya laytani. He's going to be saying, oh. Ya laytani ittakhadtu ma'a rasuli sabila. He's going to be saying, if I only took the path of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, if I only followed the path of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. Now, Allah Azza wa Jalla did not say only if I believed in the Prophet or if only I followed the Prophet. Rather, Allah Azza wa Jalla said, if only I followed and I took the path of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. Now, there's some hikmah behind the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why did he say it like this? Why did he say it in this type of way? Because so many times in our lives, Allah Azza wa Jalla is teaching us here in this ayah, it is not enough just to love, to believe, to adore, and to believe in the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. It's not enough just to do those kind of things. We all love the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. Guaranteed, no doubt about it. He's the last and final messenger, and we have to believe in him. It's part of the pillars of his iman. Right? But we also love the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. We believe in him. All he did for us. And all that we try to do for him by our Islam and whatnot. Yeah? But is it enough that we just say that we love him? Rather, Allah Azza wa Jalla here is teaching us that we have to follow his path. We have to be embarked on the same way he did it, we have to do as well. That's the first lesson. The second lesson when Allah Azza wa Jalla says sabila here, It's when the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, on the day of judgment, he's going to be leading his ummah. He's going to be leading his ummah and they're going to be behind him. Because Prophet Muhammad ﷺ will be leading his shafa'ah. He'll be interceding for him. And then this man will not be part of this man, whoever he is. We don't know. It might be us. We don't know. And when I say man, it does not exclude the woman. Anyone here. Say it could be anyone. And this man will be watching the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. And he will be saying, if only I was on that path. If only I could, in the dunya, I followed his path, I would be on those who Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is leading to Jannah. This is the number one, is regret. The man is regretting himself. Right? Ya laytani ittakhadtu ma'a rasuli sabila. Now, this first ayah, how does it have to do with companionship? Well, hold on. I'm on the first ayah. We're going to connect it all to friendship, as I said. Right? All of us here know we have friends, alhamdulillah. So this is very relatable. So this is the first ayah. What's the first ayah talking about? About the man who didn't embark, who did not take the path of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. He did his own stuff, he did his own way. It could be the kuffar, yes, but it also could be a Muslim, right? So many of us today say we love the Prophet, believe in the Prophet, right? He's the last messenger. I say easily, but do our actions portray it? It could be a Muslim as well, it could be you, it could be me, right? So Allah Azza wa Jalla says in the next ayah, Ya waylata laytani lam attakhidh fulanan khalil. Right? This is where the companionship comes in. He says, Ya waylata laytani, 2 times. Ya waylata laytani, meaning that he's like in so much regret. He's saying adu like 10 times over. Adu. Right? Like when you could have, you saw a car deal, mashallah, it's cheap. But you said, let me find another cheaper one. And all of them are expensive after that. He says, aduh, tadinya harus beli mobil tu. Right? Karena murah. Hilang itunya. Right? It's gone. The opportunity is gone. This man is saying that he's in the day of judgment. The dunya is gone. The life is gone. He's got no more chances. So he's saying, Ya waylata laytani, 2 times. He said, oh my God, I wish I didn't do this. Right? What did he do? Attakhidh fulanan khalila. I taken this man, this fulan, as a close friend, khalila. Right? What does fulan mean? Fulan in Arabic literally means to a man you don't remember. Right? Do you know when you're saying, oh, what's his name? Mas Sapa, Tante Sapa, that's fulan. Fulan is someone that you took in as a friend, but you forgot his name. For example, I meet a lot of guys in school. And I am talking to Amir about it. Oh, I met your friend at UTD. Oh, who? Oh, I forgot his name. That's fulan. On the day of judgment, this man will be saying, oh, why did I take so and so? I forgot his name. Why did I take him as a close friend? Right? Because this so and so, the fulan, he led him astray. He took him away from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. On the day of judgment, where nothing matters except what you have done in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's the thing you remember. The deeds that you've done for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the good deeds, right? The a'mal, the salih, all these stuff only then you will remember. But the bad friends that lead you to bad influence, right? The friends that just took you away from the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It could be a Muslim who says it can't be a Muslim, right? We as Muslims sometimes don't remind each other the best way for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if anything, on the day of judgment, you will forget it if it's not for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this man, he's saying, I took this man as a friend. I don't even remember his name. Allah Azza wa Jalla forgot him. He took him as a friend, Khalila, a close friend. Right? He didn't say, or Sahaba. You know, Sahaba is a companionship or a friend. Khalila, rather, is a very, very, very close friend. Right? Allah Azza wa Jalla, Ibrahim alayhi salam, if I'm not mistaken here, he called Ibrahim alayhi salam a Khalil. Is that correct? Yeah, he called Ibrahim alayhi salam a Khalil. Allah Azza wa Jalla, Ibrahim alayhi salam were Khala'il, or Khalil, best friends. Right? So this man, he took some man who he forgot on the day of judgment as a close friend. Meaning what? That he forgot him even though they were close. Let's say I am close friends with Amir. I hope to see Amir in the day of judgment in Jannah with me. All my hopes, I hope to see him there with me. And I hope to see him with me throughout the whole process. He's a close friend of mine, and I consider him almost a brother. Not almost, a brother of mine. Right? This is a Khalil. But on the Day of Judgment, even your close friends, if they're not friends for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they will be forgotten. You will forget them and they will forget you. Because everyone reminds themselves about themselves. Everyone is scared for themselves. And if your friends are not for the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will forget them. As Allah Azza wa Jalla says in the ayah in another surah, He says, Al-akhilla yawma idhin ba'duhum li ba'din adu illa al-muttaqin. The close friends on the Day of Judgment will be enemies, except those who are muttaqeen. Muttaqeen, ahlul taqwa, people who are, or the people who have consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is the companionship that we are afraid of. Right? I have a lot of close friends. You have a lot of friends. But do those friends, and do you, more importantly, remind people of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the path? Right? Are you a friend that takes away people from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Or are you a friend that reminds people, puts them back on the path, and puts yourself back on the path? Are we those type of friends? Right? Are we Muslims those type of friends? Right? So that's the second ayah. What's the first ayah talking about? He says he's looking at the path of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He's taking his ummah. And the man is on the side saying, oh, if I only followed his path in my life. That's his first regret. What's his second regret? That أَتَّخِذْ فُلَانًا خَلِيلًا. I took this man as a close friend, and all he did for me was get me in trouble. Not in the dunya, not necessarily only in the dunya, but in the akhirah. More importantly, I got in trouble in the akhirah. Now I'm missing out. أَتَّخِذْ فُلَانًا خَلِيلًا. What did he say? Now the man who is in regret, he's explaining himself. لَقَدْ أَضَلَّنِي عَنِ الذِّكْرِ بَعْدَ إِذْ جَاءَنِي. He has put me astray from the reminder, from the Quran, from the Sunnah, from Islam.